This is Black Bolt and White Flare in Korean. We have a dual release that highlights the Unova region in the best way possible. We have art rares of every single Gen 5 Pokemon, Pokeball and Master Ball Reverse Holos, and of course, the sought-after BWRs of Reshiram and Zekrom. Unlike the Japanese version, there is no deluxe version of this release. Although the Korean version release was just under 2 months after the Japanese version, it's a much more affordable alternative. And if you're new to collecting Korean Pokemon cards, just remember that the card quality is completely different from the Japanese and English cardstock. Also, don't forget, the secret rare pull is not guaranteed with Korean Pokemon booster boxes. So because I started out with Black Bolt in Japanese, we're going to start with White Flare in Korean, just for fun. So we have, of course, 7 packs with 20 cards per pack, same format as Japanese. Again, you just might have a bit of numbering differences between the Japanese and Korean in terms of the trainer or supporter cards. That has happened. I've seen it as far as back as Shiny Star V. I'm sure even maybe beforehand there would be some differences too. Not an error. Do not worry. We have a little pamphlet here too. Nice little advertisement. Black Bolt and White Flare. It just has a card list on the back, and here's our lovely 20 packs, not 30 packs this time. So wish me luck, guys. Let's hopefully get a Hilda, get a Reshiram BWR. Who knows? Okay, not going to do a card trick. Usually you don't. Again, this is one of those special sets. I really hope Pokemon do another generation cut type set, you know, maybe Gen 2, Gen 3. I'm very biased. And also, thankfully, Pokemon Korea have been very good about mimicking the reverse holos like how we have had in Japanese. So we have Pig Knight. This is very nice with the Pokeball. And then we have Bouffalon with the super crazy holo foil with all the sparkles. So if you didn't know, sometimes with the Korean holo foil, sometimes there's not that many sparkles. Sometimes it's very, very like dim. But I think they've gotten a bit better with that. So I do like the pack art of the White Flare. It kind of pops more than Black Bolt, but it's nice to see too. Each pack has some sort of holo foil, unlike your usual Japanese or Korean type packs where you maybe not get one at all. Right here with Yamask, not Galarian Yamask, the original Yamask, and Jellicent. Oh my gosh, when you look at a certain angle, it's just full of stars or sparkles. Okay, this is the male Jellicent. There's also a female Jellicent. But yes, you should also be able to get Master Balls in this. Sometimes when it comes to these special sets, you actually won't have those Pokeball or Master Balls. They tie in Indonesian this time around. You won't have that. So sometimes amongst the Asian language sets, you'll have some differences when it comes. So we're going to pause it right there because only 33% of you are subscribed. If you love my videos so much, you know you can show it by hitting that subscribe button. Comes to these special sets, we'll talk about that in another video. We have Oshawott, we have Dino, Leopard, very nice, Abstrika, got another reverse holo there, and Virizion, yes, ooh, different, slightly different sheen with the Korean cardstock. Again, Pokemon Korea have their own cardstock. It's very different from English, very different from Japanese. Do not compare them, but you can at least reference this video to check if your cards are legit or not. You also have the card backings here. The coloring will be slightly different shade that is normal, but I noticed there's not distinct lines. Yes, of course it's a horizontal holo foil. Looks like it's using agility, but I definitely don't notice those horizontal like distinct lines. It's more so just the reflection. So that's very interesting. Already some sort of difference. If you don't remember to believe back in Black and White era, the holo foil for the Black and White era cards in Korean actually looked more like cosmic holo foil. Did open a set called Dragon Vault. In Japanese, it did have the horizontal holo foil, but in Korean it was cosmic foil. So that was a very interesting difference. So this is my very first time seeing Pokemon Korea attempt the quote-unquote black and white holo foil. We have here Mienshao and we have Cofagrigus. So yes, it's just a bit less distinct than the Japanese version. Just a fun little variation there. So yeah, very interesting. But I do notice the packs are a bit easier to open, which is nice because you guys always hear me complain about how hard it is to open Korean booster packs sometimes. It is what it is. Oswaldo Kato artwork. Very nice. Of Sawaddle. We have Simisear, Galvantula, we have Kling Klang. Oh, and yes, we get art rares. That is definitely, going to be guaranteed. We have Virizion, very nice. Just grazing in the back by Kodama. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, you're going to get a slightly different sheen or shine on the art rare kind of cards versus Japanese. It is what it is, and I'm sure even English there'll be some sort of difference. But that's why it's fun to collect in different languages, because you get a lot of different card quality and different card stock. But remember, anything that's not Japanese, you'll have these backs. A lot of people like to call them the English backs, the American backs, or it's just the international backs relative to Japan, because this is originally from Japan, of course. Okay, we have Gigalith, we have Swanna. Oh, very nice. The Zoro Arc looks really nice with the Pokeball reverse holo. Oh, is that it? Interesting. We ended on a reverse holo. I was kind of expecting something else. It's okay. A very odd pack there, but at least you get some sort of holo. Alright, I wonder what sort of secret rare we're gonna get. If it's, it's not guaranteed. Remember, it's a Korean booster box. We're not supposed to expect them, but if you do get one, be very happy about it. Although Pokemon Korea have been doing much better with that over the years. We have Samurott, Pokeball, reverse holo. I have to, little story to tell. These reverse holos haven't always been consistent with Japanese. If you reverse time back to like 2018, if you guys remember Ultra Shiny GX, that was Pokemon Japan and Pokemon Korea's version of Hidden Fates. Pokemon Japan had the cracked ice reverse holo foil. That was very nice. Versus Pokemon Korea, they did not have cracked ice holo foil. It was just mirror foil with no pattern. Also, I think I know why that other pack only had a reverse holo. I will get to that. But let's appreciate this absolutely gorgeous Zebstrika art by Rend. Oh, that is very nice. I actually haven't been able to take a look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. I know sometimes Rend gets a bit of backlash for the art looking like AI, but this actually looks really fantastic. They are a previous Pokemon illustration contest winner, by the way. The lightning looks really cool, actually blurred in the background, so that's pretty awesome. But I did catch one of the packs. I actually did not pull a card out fully. There's a little Hydreigon stuck there, so my bad. I forgot to pull this out. This was with the pack with the Zoro Arc reverse holo, so yes, I missed out on the Hydreigon. One of my personal favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. Let's go ahead and sleeve it up. I'd say on the dark type holo foil, very distinct sparkle. So very nice. We got 2 art rares so far. I believe from what I've seen, you're gonna get around 4 art rares, just like in Japanese. So it's nice to see that the Korean version of Black Bolt and White Flare is pretty consistent. Again, just different card stock. But yeah, reverse holos haven't always copied Japan. Say back then when Pokemon cards weren't as popular in Pokemon Korea, the funding wasn't as abundant, the card quality really suffered because of that, and it wasn't as consistent. Also too, even with sets like Ultra Shiny GX, you wouldn't always get like a shiny full art. It was quite disheartening, actually. Over the years, things have gotten better, but again, secret rares aren't always guaranteed, even with special sets like that. Oh, wow, there we go. We got our Master Ball reverse holo of Sock. Very nice on the water, actually. This is by Tsuke. So there you go, guys. Your Master Ball should be guaranteed, I believe. And, just like with Japanese version, Black Bolt, White Flare. That's the nice thing about these special sets. I think 151 was very similar to this. But I wonder, again, if we're going to ever backtrack to Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. I think every generation should at least have a special set like this. Of course, Gen 5 has its very dedicated following. If you started out with Gen 2 or Gen 3 like me, you'll probably feel a bit differently. I still like Gen 5. It's pretty cool. It has a very unique storyline. But I have my biases towards Gen 2 and Gen 3. Just find it interesting how Pokemon just skipped a few generations. Very nice Stoutland, by the way, by Sao Sao. They're a nice storybook art style. Also, the coloring on this really pops with the normal typing color scheme. So that's very, very nice. Okay, let's keep going. Very excited to open Black Bolt as well. Wonder if we could pull that N's plot or plan, however you want to translate that. We have Stunfisk. Not Galarian Stunfisk, Unova Stunfisk. And then Zoro Arc. It's very interesting. What do you guys think to the holo foil difference? Again, it's still horizontal pattern. It's just there's like no lines. Like you can see it in terms of like the bands, but it's definitely more defined. I guess is that the better word when you look at the Japanese version. I'll try to put a comparison if I can. It's just very distinct when you look at it in person. We have Lillipup, Purloin. All right, Deerling, the spring version. There's 4 different kinds, I believe, due to the seasons. Leopard, Durant. I've seen you quite a bit from Surging Sparks. Oh, nice. We got the set mascot Reshiram with the super crazy starry hollow foil. Looks like Pokemon Korea is going to stick around with the crazy sparkles for now, because we've definitely had some time period without that. They always also keep changing like their shrink wrap. They've kind of decided what they want now. It looks like they kept the Pokemon card game logo on the shrink wrap. Back then they would put no shrink wrap and a sticker, or they would just put a piece of tape, or they would put a shrink wrap without a logo. They keep changing it up. Tampering does happen in South Korea, unfortunately. Okay, we have Zweilous, Pokeball Reverse Hollow, and we have Archeops. Very nice. I like this artwork actually. Very distinct. Not too crazy on the coloring, but in a weird way memorable. Okay, next pack. Again, only 20 packs, not 30, so we're going to appreciate them a little bit more. We have Oshawott, Braviary. I like this art style. Very long artist name. I'm going to have a very hard time saying that really fast. Okay, Arcan, Cofagrigus. Ooh, and another art rare of, oh, very nice, Vanillux. Yes, when this Pokemon was first announced, I was like, wow, they really made an ice cream Pokemon. There's, of course, 3 stages. Vanillite's the cutest one, but this is the final stage. Vanillux. Luxurious vanilla ice cream on a nice wintry night. This is by Aoki. Very cute. Winter vibes, but in the summer. I could use some ice cream right now. It's been very hot in New York lately. Okay, so I believe that's art rare number 3, as long as I didn't miscount anything. We have Frillish, the male version. All right, Swadloon. I see so many cat memes of this Pokemon where it's like an orange cat wrapped in leaves, and it always reminds me of Swadloon. Really funny enough. Garbodor, Sigalith, Solana. I like the Pokeball Reverse Hollows on water types. It just looks really appealing. What is this? Okay, definitely not the secret I wanted to pull, but this hates Whimsicott. The pink and green background's actually kind of cute. Very springy vibes. Definitely noticed Whimsicott gets a lot of spotlight lately. Sun and Moon era, Double Blaze, Brilliant Stars. Whimsicott was even on the pack art. They had a V-Star card, I believe, and now it's back in Scarlet and Violet. Pokemon seems to take some sort of favoritism towards Whimsicott for some reason. Alright, very interesting. That's okay, we have another box to open, so if that's not your favorite, definitely not my favorite, but it's okay, very cute otherwise. Alright, we have Garbodor, because there's also a lot of nice SARs in this set. Hilda's also in the set too. Gothita and Gothitelle. We're just missing Gotharita. Very nice. Okay, and that means too we'll have another set of art rares, Master Ball to pull in the next box. So let's just finish up White Flare accordingly. Boldore, Gothita, we have the Plume Fossil, Garbodor, Sigalith, Embor. Oh, very cute. This is a very cute Trubbish art rare by Osvaldo Kato. And again, the artist of those exclusive Pikachu art rares in Collect 151 in Simplified Chinese. But this is a really nice way of portraying a glass bottle. Like, I know it's Trubbish, I know it's literally sitting on trash, but that's a beautiful art rare. Like, the way the glass bottle is shining onto Trubbish, that's very nice, very skilled. I like how prismatic it looks, like rainbowish. And also in the sunrise? Looks like it's sunrise. Alright, so there you go. 4 art rares, 2 packs left. Very happy with my selection of art rares, trying to master set this too. I feel like when it comes to generational sets, they tend to be the more memorable ones, just because it's really literally featuring a generation. But this one in particular, because there's so many art rares, one of each Pokemon from the Unova region. Alright, we have Sharon, Whimsicott again. There you go, just the regular EX. And one last pack. At least you get, you know, some hits every time you open a pack. Also, you know, as I mentioned before, there is no deluxe version of this set in Pokemon Korea. That's exclusively for now a Japanese thing, unless one of the other countries do something crazy. We have Hilda, Deerling Reverse Hollow, oh, and Tornadus by Nisota Niso. So that's the last pack of White Flare. So let's clear up our area, and now on to Black Bolt. I think a lot of people's favorite from the two. So we have another 20 packs. That's 7 cards per pack. I'd love to see one of those BWRs in Korean. That would be really cool to see. Okay, so let's get the rip tab. They used to just put a piece of tape in the beginning of Scarlet and Violet era. It was interesting. It reminded me of the Sun and Moon days. Okay, we got our packs, and we also got our pamphlet. We already looked at that. So another 20 packs. Do you guys like the pack art to Black Bolt or White Flare better? Wish me luck, guys. Let's see what we can get from Black Bolt. Interesting fact though, if you didn't know this, there are 2 countries that have actually had the brevity, I guess, you know, they're brave enough to combine these sets together. That's Indonesia and Thailand. They literally just stuffed both sets into one. I don't know how, and wow, we are starting with our secret rare already. We got Excadrill, not my favorite, but hey. And also we have a Pokeball Reverse Holo of Solosis, very cute. You can also check out that texturing. Wow, the very first pack. It could have been a lot cooler, but hey, you guys get a glimpse at the Korean version of Black Bolt. That's what this video is for, so you can see for yourself how the card quality is. And if you didn't know what I was talking about earlier, this is what I mean. This is the Indonesian version of Black Bolt and White Flare. Literally called Black and White when you translate it. They literally just put the pack art of the Pokemon of Reshiram and Zekrom and the starters, and they literally put both sets into one. That'll be a different video, not this one. But I just wanted to bring that into context. See, the funny thing is, the English version, they weren't even brave enough to do that. They still kept it 2 different sets, which hasn't been done before. That was very, very fascinating. But I think because Pokemon Japan have to print for Indonesia and Thailand as well, on top of itself, Pokemon China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, they just probably couldn't, you know, be asked to print for 2 different sets of all the countries. Also, very happy to pull this. I love this Haxorus art rare by Akagi, one of my personal favorite artists. Very nicely done on the shading, setting, and also the aggressiveness of Haxorus. Very nice start to the art rare department there. Okay. So that'll be an interesting set to open, the Indonesian and Thai version. It'll certainly have its differences from the Japanese version. The pull rates will kind of have its differences too. We have Victini. Oh, and Victini art rare. That's a very nice pack, actually. This is by Emila Cart. They drew those really cutesy trainer cards before, I think from a high class set, I think V-Star Universe, one of the previous high class sets. But this is cute, pulling both Victinis in one pack. So unfortunately too, the BWR is not pullable in this set, you know, just like Japanese. But this is also a promo in the little file set. There's also a version of it coming out in Korean, but not until like August 22nd. So 3 weeks after this release. So very, very interesting. But in Japan, it came out at the same time as when the actual set released. Okay, so I know the secret rare wasn't too exciting, but we still have a lot of packs to go through, and maybe we'll pull a god pack. I'm sure if you can pull it in Japanese, you can pull it in Korean. They tend to follow suit with each other, but I think maybe with Indonesian, Thai, maybe not. Again, the booster box format's very different, but I'll explain that in the video. We'll just stick to Korean for now. Much easier to keep in our heads. All right, Minchino, we have Professor Juniper. All right, Simisear, not Simipour, the adult monkey. All right, and we have Fennel and Zekrom. Very nice. At least you pulled the mascots of each set. And then that's actually, I want to see about Fennel. I like Fennel. She's pretty cool. Okay, so let's keep going. What else can we get? What else can we get? We have 2 more art rares, I believe. But in terms of the secret rare pull, that's pretty much all we're gonna get, unless we get lucky and pull a god pack. I think that's the only exception. Okay, we have Sharna, and very nice. Even the regular card art is nice by Hungry Clicker. And we have Conkeldurr with that big ass concrete block. Would not want to get whacked by that. It's like a hammer, but the arms are just enough to hold it. You don't need a lever of any sort. Of Carablast, not the Timpole, I believe. Not, and then that's Palpitoad. Timpole is the baby. We have Mandibuzz, and we have Kyurem. There's also a very nice Kyurem special art rare in this set on top of the Zekrom. The Zekrom special art rare reminds me a lot of the Jolteon VMAX special art rare. Or not even an SR. Technically it would be an HR if it was pullable, but it was actually a promo in the Asian languages and in English. I believe in English it was a collection box. But yeah, the Zekrom really reminds me of that artwork. Alright, we have Crustle and another Victini. Again, that very distinctly different horizontal holo foil versus the Japanese version. Okay, I actually didn't expect that to be that different. I know the Korean cardstock has its differences from Japan, but that is very distinct in my opinion. Alright, the Fossil, Mandibuzz, Darmanitan, Pawniard, and then the polar bear. Next pack here, Beartic, that's the one. Arctic bear. Usually there's a very easy way to remember Pokemon names. Sometimes it's just literally what it looks like or just something completely different. Emolga, very cute, one of the Pika clones. Escavalier, I like this one, Electros. Electric eel monsters thing. Reverse Hollow Emolga. Oh yeah, we haven't pulled our Master Ball yet. And Excadrill. I've pulled the EX versions of the Secret Rares we've pulled in this video each time. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have noticed a much easier time opening up the packs in Korean. Before, it would be such a pain. I have broken nails in the past, by the way. If you have long nails, it can happen. All right, Pokegear, Volcarona, not Volcanion, Volcarona, by Mashu. Nice artwork, actually. And the Larvesta artwork is also, I believe, done by the same artist. That's the nice thing about Pokemon making these generational sets. They tend to have the artist illustrate the whole evolution line. So that's very nice to see. All right, we have Fennel, okay, Beheeyem, Ligand, oh, and very nice Landora. I love this artist. I love all the colors that they tend to use, like neonish. It gives very Dandadan vibes, I have to say. If you look at the manga covers of any Dandadan manga, it always has like crazy color schemes just like that. Very similar to that of Masakazu Yasukuni. All right, we have not Conkeldurr. You're the one beforehand. You're after Timber. Okay. The baby Mandibuzz. This little Vullaby. That's the one. All right. Seismitoad. I do not know why. If you have to talk about how crazy that art rare of this card is, just because it is by Shinji Kanda. Not this artwork, the art rare. Because it also has like a weird like 666 notation. There's rumors of that being banned. I don't know if that's true. You'll take my word for it, but just seen that going around. That's the reason why that art rare is going for a stupid amount of price. Don't fall for that. It's really dumb. Very nice Meloetta, by the way. I like this very much. The green and purple really complement each other very well. Very nice Meloetta. The SAR by Lin is also a chase of mine from this set. It's very cute. Very elegant looking artwork. And moving on. But yeah, that's the weird news about this set with the Seismitoad art rare. Did not expect that. No one's ever talked about Seismitoad before that. It's always the investor bros pushing random artwork just because it's by a certain artist that they probably don't care about and because they just want to pump something. Don't fall for it. Just wait for it to crash. It'll be around. Not worrying about that. Continuing. Black Bolt is full of other cool cards, probably even better in my opinion. I love Shinji Kanda, but I have other favorites too. Akagi definitely takes the cake for me in many aspects. All right, L-Gem and Thundurus. Hungry Clicker. They do a great job too with the menacing looks. They did the same thing with Lucario from the from Crown Zenith, the ETB promo, I believe. Okay, we're just almost finished with this box, but yeah, stay tuned for the other languages of this set. I have opened this in Japanese too separately, but because there's 4 different booster boxes technically of deluxe and the normal version of each, so that's a lot of boxes to open. And Superior. Very nice SAR in this set as well. This was my evolution starter that I had in my games. Black and Black 2. But each game had a different legendary. Black had Reshiram on the cover, and then Black 2 had Black Kyurem. Just funny how they switched that around back in the day. Okay, we have Tim, Pole, Dynamo, very cute, Musharna, Tranquil, Unpheasant, Cryogonal, and then we have Chandelure. I do like this actually. Chandelure had a lot of really cool artworks in the past, especially I believe Fusion Arts. The VMAX of Chandelure was spectacular. Chandelure just gets really random love. Even I think character rares in the past too. We have Emolga, Pawniard, Maractus. Oh, very colorful Maractus. Very nice. Lilligant, Crustle, Holographic Haxorus. Oh, this is very nice art rare of Among Us. Wow, Among Us. They're really playing Among Us, kind of. Maybe not. There's a whole group of them. I'm just thinking of it. Very nice setting, though. I like how the red complements the teal green. This is by Okubo. I love seeing new artist names. They probably have illustrated other cards before, but I'm going to remember this one. I don't know why. Certain color combinations, it just sticks to my brain, and then I just remember it down the line. Oh, Kubodo. Cool artist to remember. Alright, Golett. Alright. Panpour, Vullaby, Fennel. And we have Beartic again. Oh, nice. And there's our fourth artwork of Pidove. This is very cute. I like when there's like multiple, multiples of the Pokemon in the actual card. Really nice on the brickwork too. It reminds me of that Slowpoke, I believe from Violet EX. The brickwork kind of reminds me of that. Moryu. Probably different artist, but similar vibe nonetheless. Very cute. Alright, hit the like button, guys, for all the really cool art rares in this set. Comment below if you're trying to master set this. Good luck to you. But the nice thing is there's a lot of cool binders. You could probably put every single card in that's like big enough. I have Muna. Last pack, guys. Let's see if we can pull anything. We've already pulled a lot of the good cards early on, but it does happen. Chandelure. Ah, very nice last pack magic. A Master Bolt. Almost forgot about that. Of Escavalier. So there you have it, guys. Guaranteed Master Bolt, which is very nice. But don't expect the secret rares. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want your own booster box of Korean Black Bolt or White Flare, be sure to check out my web store, KrystalKollectz.com. Be sure to like and subscribe too if you enjoy my multi-language Pokemon content, and I'll see you in the next video.